Welcome to join me today. Today I my 2019 favorite makeup. I think I'm just going to go through the products. I am wearing all of them already, so let's get started. So some of these products are 2019, launched in 2019, but majority of them are actually not. They are products that I just reach for very often this year and that I enjoyed. So let's start with the base makeup. My favorite this year is, first of all, the primer that I reach for the most is this Ulta Hydrating Primer. I really enjoy this primer. I just leave it in my bathroom. I do find a difference using this or not because of the base makeup I will use. So speaking of the base makeup, the ones that I use the most often are these ones. This combination, the combination of this sunscreen and this number 7 custom drop. I use sunscreen no matter I use makeup or I mix this or not. I use sunscreen every single day. This is a mineral sunscreen. I think this brand is Korean, but they do sell it in America. You can buy it on Amazon. So after the primer, I do use this mineral sunscreen. Even though this sunscreen is somewhat moisturizing, but I think because of the nature of mineral makeup, meaning there's like micro powders in there, it eventually at the end of the day does make my skin kind of dry. I do notice a difference whether or not I use this hydrating primer. It doesn't have to be this, it's just this is what I use the most often because again I leave this in the bathroom. So in the bathroom I would use this primer and then I will go in with the sunscreen. On the days when I feel like I want to use other base makeup, I would just use the sunscreen alone. But a lot of times when I just want to have like a no makeup day, I would throw in a couple drops of this Boots number 7 custom drop. I usually use 2 drops. It gives like, these two mixed together is really nice because the sunscreen is kind of pinkish color and this custom drop is too yellow for me. So when I combine them, they actually come out decent. So right now I'm wearing it. This is the base makeup I'm wearing right now and I think it works out well for me. It gives sheer coverage because again it's just I only use 2 drops. You can build up the coverage using more drops, but on day-to-day basis I don't care to use a high coverage foundation. My most used and my favorite concealer this year, one of them is this one. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I know this has been around for a long time, but this year is the first time I actually bought a couple of them. This one is in the color Ivory. I have another one that's like a corrector color, just like a peachy undertone one. That one I like okay, not as well as this one. This color really brightens my under eye. It is again not a high coverage product, but if I just want to look a little bit awake and brightened, this actually works really well. It doesn't dry me out too much. All of the products that I use, I try to avoid dryness because I have extremely dry skin. So this Boots number 7 also is very moisturizing. It has beautiful finish. It glides over all my dry patches or my flakiness most of the time. If I'm not having a severe like eczema or a severe reaction on my skin with something. So I have very sensitive skin. So this is not as moisturizing, but it's not the driest concealer. I have such a hard time finding a usable concealer for my under eye. I don't really care to spot conceal too much unless if I'm going for an occasion. Yeah, I do have freckles, but I feel like whatever the foundation give me is enough, or if I want a little bit of medium coverage, concealer is good too. Another super old concealer I have, you can't get this in America. This is called BeautyMaker. I got this on a website called Yes Style. Many beauty YouTubers do talk about it whenever they want to go for a Asian cosmetics or skincare. You can get this at Yes Style. This is a Taiwanese brand. I've had this for a really long time, and it's like a potted concealer. It's super creamy, and I just can't believe how creamy it still is after all these years. Still works really great. It's more peachy. It's not as brightening, but it's good for color correction. It works just like the Bobbi Brown color corrector. I've never actually had that. I just tried it in the store, and I feel like, I wouldn't get that because I have this and it works exactly the same. Like I said, I have extremely dry skin, so powders have not historically been my friend. But sometimes I do need powder because my skincare and my base products are so moisturizing that my hair just sticks on me all the time. Look at this. But this year, I've discovered these two products that for the first time are powders where at the end of the day doesn't make my face look like a prune. One is this one. This is really expensive. I used it on the Get Ready With Me last time. This is the Hourglass powder in diffuse light. I really like this, and I use it very sparingly because even at a mini size, this is really expensive. I only use it a little bit under my eyes and also in my smile lines a little bit. It doesn't accentuate any lines. It just kind of diffuses light, so it almost like takes away that any lines that's detectable. So in a distance, I mean, if we're like up this close, you can see a lot of lines. Another thing is this Cover FX. After this, I bought this year during one of the Ulta 21-day sale. I decluttered my previous one, which is It Cosmetics Bye Bye powder. I've had that one for years, and but it actually like makes me really dry, and I feel like I could, like right in this area, I could see a lot of lines, and doesn't really blur my pores all that well either. And I would feel, you know, tight dryness. This is the Cover FX, the Perfect translucent powder. I think they have a few different kind, a matte kind, and this one is the Perfect. I think they also have a luminous one. I didn't get that one because that wasn't on sale, but this one was really good because it doesn't make my face feel tight, and even by the end of the day, I feel like my face is not so dry, so tight, and I don't see powders get caught in the fine lines. This is such an enjoyable powder. I haven't ever had a powder I liked that worked this well for me. This year I start dabbling into like cream or gel cheek products. So the first cream and gel cheek products I tried were these Flower Beauty blush balm. They're pretty good, but I don't know if they last on my face all day. I do like the finish. I feel like it gives a nice luminous glow to the face, but a lot of times I feel like I'm not sure I see it at the end of the day. I've used these two blushes a whole lot. These are from Wet n Wild. This is their Color Icon blushes. I have them in the color Pearlescent Pink and Apri-Cot in the middle. I heard about these years ago from Kathleen Lights, particularly this one. And I really always prefer the peachy colors, but these both work really nice, and they are a luminous blush, but there's no chunky glitter. It's really nice, and I do find them lasting all day on my face, all day, even after like 12-hour days. Is still on my cheek and luminous. I really enjoy these. I just can't believe they're only $3 at drugstore. But this is Julep. This is their cheek stick. This one I leave in my bathroom. What's the color? This is called Rose Gold. This is great. This is so easy. Like I was saying, I've been like dabbling into cream products, but this is cream to powder, but it doesn't make my skin look dry. It does have a sheen too. It's not a peachy color, but because it's rosy and it has like little like gold sheen. There's no glitter in this, but gold sheen in here that it goes on my face, the tone of my face really well. I have it actually in the center of my cheeks. The lighting is not that great, but it's actually like I put a little bit in the center of my cheek, and I have Apri-Cot in the middle all the way from my cheek up, all the way up to my temple. It's just a nice smooth color with a little bit of sheen. It's just really beautiful for every day. Like it doesn't even look like I'm wearing any blush. I never wear bronzer, so this year is the first time I actually dabbled into bronzers. A lot of Asian people, we don't wear bronzer a lot. We don't particularly like that high cheekbone look, but I wanted, what I wanted was, I find that sometimes after the base makeup I can look a little ghosty, and if I only put blush on my face, sometimes I feel like, I don't know, I feel like my cheek look fat, look puffy. So I started trying a little bit of bronzer, and this one is the bearMinerals. Sorry, this is really dirty. The bearMinerals Invisible Bronze. I also picked up this at Ulta 21-day sale this year. I think it's this year, maybe the spring one. I really enjoy this. This does not go on patchy, and it doesn't look like anything, honestly, on my skin, because I bought the color light. So on my skin, it's not looking like a bronzy bronze, but it's a really nice contour, and I do see a difference when I put it on combined with my blushes, that I don't look like a puffy fish. I really enjoyed this bronzer. The color is not too cool, not too warm. If anything, maybe a little cooler. I can't even see it on my hand, but it does come out on my face. It's just a beautiful, very soft bronzer. So for the highlight, I have this Essence Pure Nude. I know many people rave about this drugstore highlight. It is absolutely beautiful. You don't see any color once it's on your face. It just gives you like a really beautiful glow. Like I have it on my cheeks right now. Can you kind of see? It's like you do see like a little like very lit from within, very soft glow, and that's from this highlight. I absolutely love this. On the days when I feel like my face is looking really dull and I really want to brighten it up, I would even use this all over my face. This one is Champagne Pop. Again, it's this kind of highlight that I feel like works really well on my skin tone. But this is definitely a more luminous highlighter than the Essence Pure Nude. I do like this on occasion. If I'm wearing a little more makeup, I do feel like this one is really pretty. Another one is a new one. It's the Colourpop So Jaded palette. I did buy this when it first launched, I think in September, I want to say. I watched Kathleen Lights for many years, and I Really love the collabs she makes, and also some of the products. Like my nails are chipped off while I did this a while ago, but these are her nail polish too. But I really think she has such creative mind. She just put together beautiful colors with really nice quality. So this is another palette I got from her. Most of my eyeshadows are neutral colors, but this one is a really colorful one. But this is, I feel like this is what I don't have. I have so many neutral shadows that when I saw this colorful shadows, but they're kind of like muted, very wearable, colorful shadows, I decided to pick this one up. There are so many shadows in here. I think there are like 30 colors or something like that. So I've been experimenting a little bit with color. So, I mean, not today, but right now I have the Ametrine in the crease, and then I have Jasper on the outer corner. Yeah, really beautiful palette. I've been using this one a whole lot. Fall through today, I use it at least a couple times a week. So like back then it was all about the single shadows, but nowadays it's all about the palettes. Of course, the back in the days is when I started watching YouTube, and that was 10 years ago. So it's a different time. This is a Supershock shadow that I also heard from Kathleen Lights, but this is from years ago. This is called Smash. It's just a beautiful satin finish, neutral color, but this is so beautiful. It's a neutral bronzy color. I don't know if you can see. It's a neutral bronzy color, but it has like these like really interesting different colors. You can't really see the colors, but I feel like you can kind of see it when it's on your eye. There's like a interesting sheen on it, but it's just a beautiful color. When I don't want to do anything, I could just rub it all over my eye, like one eyeshadow and done. I have this on my lid, all over my lid right now. And then in the center of my lid, I have this another oldie. This is the Loreal Infallible eyeshadow. It's pressed pigment. It's in a pot. I remember when this came out, a lot of people were talking about it. This is a beautiful color. This is called Latte Glace. It's just a nice, like, usual champagne color, but it is absolutely beaming. I have it on my eyes. I don't know if you can tell, but it is so gorgeous. Look at that. That is just shiny. Sometimes just all over my eyelid to really brighten up the eye look. It never goes bad. It's very well pressed. It's got this like little stopper. I never have any issue with it. It never fly anywhere. It stays on my lid all day long, whether I use a primer or not. I don't have an eye primer here. I do have eye primers, but I have to say I don't have a favorite eye primer. I really haven't found one that I continue to go back to where I feel like, yes, this is it. So unfortunately, I don't have an eye primer to share with you this year. The other eye products I want to talk about are eyeliners and mascara. Like I mentioned before, I don't wear mascara a whole lot. A lot of times behind these glasses, people can't see my eyelash anyway, so it doesn't seem to matter that much. But twice a week I go to my church meeting, and so I do enjoy putting on a little bit of mascara. Just feels like it's a more finishing touch. So this one is a sample size of the Superhero It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I really love this one. Another one is also a sample that I used up. It's called Monsieur Big from Lancome. That one is really nice as well. But I have them in sample size. I just get them for free, like maybe like birthday from Ulta or something. Another mascara that is super amazing. Again, you might think it's gross because I bought this last year in the springtime when I went to Asia. This is a famous drugstore brand in Asia called Heroine Make. This is their long and curl mascara. This is absolutely amazing. I don't have any mascara that holds the curl as well as this. It never droop down. Even on a rainy day, it does not droop down. And it has little fibers in there, so it does make the eyelash look really long. And it hasn't completely dried out. I could totally still use this perfectly fine. I haven't gotten any eye disease, if you wonder. Yeah, really amazing, good stuff. This is hard to take off though. So again, I just wear this on days when I feel like special events or special occasions. For eyebrow, I actually threw out my Pixi eyebrow that I was using on the last Get Ready With Me. It's the Pixi Brow Duo. I finished that one. I have to say, I think this year, surprisingly, that was my favorite. I did not expect that to be my favorite, but with how quickly it works into my eyebrow, it just became my favorite. The other, it has one end with like a fat pencil, and then the other end has a brow gel. I have no use for that brow gel, but the brow pencil was really great. Another thing I want to mention, the last thing, it's an eyeliner. I use a lot of different eyeliners because I like colorful eyeliners. Sometimes I use dark eyeshadows for different color of eyeliners. But this one has been my go-to this year. This is the L'Oreal Kajal Longwear eyeliner. Yeah, so I got this in a set. Some are broken, but the entire set was only $6 or $7 at Marshall's. So I didn't care for the broken pieces. I probably don't have much use for it, but yeah, this came in a set and it works amazing. It's a dark brown and it just glides on so well. It never smudges because I have droopy eye and hooded eyelids, so a lot of the these pencil eyeliners tend to like ink down here, and it makes my eyes look even droopier, and I just don't need that. I'm already very droopy. I need I need some peppiness in my life, and this stays on so well. It glides on so creamy, stays on so well, and this brown color is not too dark, so that it's like a really nice soft everyday look. I love this eyeliner. I'm so sad. I think they went out of business or something. That's why so many of their products end up in Marshalls and TJ Maxx, but I enjoy and I'm glad I got it for like a couple bucks. For the lip products, this year I purchased earlier this year this Neutrogena revitalizing lip balm. I heard about this from Emily Noel. She really liked the Neutrogena lip products, and I have to agree with her. This is a little bit pricey for a lip balm, but it does work really well, and it actually has very decent color payoff. It actually has like this nice sheer color, but on my lips is actually, I feel like it's actually quite somewhat opaque. This year I explored on lip gloss. It's definitely a year of lip gloss, and I much prefer lip gloss because, like I'm saying, I'm really dry, and those liquid lipsticks just really don't work well. I have super chapped lips. It used to be I would wear a full face of makeup and nothing on my lip because they're so dry, and majority of the lip products tend to dry out my lips even more. But this year, actually last year or maybe last couple years, I had tried this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Tiramisu, and this year I just find myself using this all the time. It lives in my purse all spring and summer. I really like, I feel like it gives me just enough sheen It's not too exaggerated of a glossiness. It's just enough glossiness, and I feel like it actually stay on my lip well, like maybe I would say longer than the Milani plumping lip gloss that is really popular this year, which I like too, but I actually like this butter gloss better because it also gives me more color payoff. The color that are new I purchased this year is Angel Food Cake. This is more like a mauve pinky color. I wore this more in the fall, but right now in the winter time, my favorite is this one, Praline. All of them give the same level of gloss. I love the color payoff and the gloss. Like, to me, it's just the perfect like happy medium, and they really truly stay on my lid for a good couple of hours. One last thing I do want to mention is a setting spray. This is the last one. I don't see anybody talk about this. I think this came out a few years ago. This is Tarte Ready Set Radiant. Skin Mist. Yeah. So I have really dry skin. I want all my setting sprays to be luminous, which means they're probably not very long lasting, and that's okay. But I bought this actually last year, but I didn't use it much until this year, and I use it a ton. What I don't like about it, or a lot of people don't like about it, is the spray is really terrible. It's so chunky. It does land on my face with like droplets. Which is really annoying, but I love the effect and the finish of this. Some people might think this is a little too luminous, like almost making their face looking oily, but that's exactly what I need. I think it does have some sort of oil in here. You have to shake it up. It might have some micro glitter. I don't know, but I used up almost half now, and I love this stuff. I mean, I like the Milani Dewy setting spray too, but I'm trying to use up this because this is a little bit older. But this is just so nice, and it keeps my face so moisturized all through the day. It kind of undo, if I powder my face that day, it kind of undo the effect of the powder, because it then makes my face sticky again. But I really don't mind it that much. I put my hair back and I enjoy the radiant. I really do. I have such like sappy looking face that these radiants do make a huge difference for me. That's a wrap of my favorite makeup of this year. So I'd like to know, what are your favorite makeup this year? Please share and comment down below. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.